Hi guys, I'm hoping you've all had a wonderful week and you all are maintaining all the COVID-19 rules, which includes washing your hands, sanitizing, and maintaining social distance. So today we are going to talk about the challenges young widows in our societies face after their husbands die. And today in studio we are having Roslyn Atieno. Yeah. So she's going to tell us all the challenges she's been able to cope up with after the husband died 2 years ago. That we're talking about Duncan, yeah, Duncan Atieno, yeah. So she's going to tell us how she was able to overcome the grief, how she was able to tell her children, Daddy amekufa, and all that. So yeah, kindly just introduce yourself.
My name is Roslyn Otieno. I'm Otieno. I'm a mom. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm also a journalist. My husband died 2 years ago. Yeah, that is me.
So you've said your husband died 2 years ago. Will you mind sharing with us when you met your husband?
I met him when I was 18 years old. He was well established, so moving in with him was something very easy. I moved in with him when I was 20 years old. We had our first set of twins when I was that 20 years.
20 years.
Yeah.
First set of twins, 20 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was a businessman, a well-renowned businessman. So my life was just amazing being with him. It was just amazing until this day.
The day he died.
Yeah.
Will you tell us the events that took place before your husband died? Like, did you know, like, were you with him that day? What really happened?
Okay, that morning he left home. And remember, I'm pregnant. He left home. He was going for I think a job interview or something. Yeah, I think it was a job interview. So he was going to Kisumu. We live in Eldoret, so he was going to Kisumu. After 2 hours, after he left, 2 hours later, someone calls me, and he tells me, "Do you know this person?" He tells me the name, and I'm like, "Yes, that is my husband." He tells me, "Can you come to Eldoret Airport in 20 minutes or less?" I'm like, "Yeah," because the distance from where I was to the airport is just it's just a short distance. So I left everything I was doing, hopped into my car, and went.
This time you're pregnant.
I'm heavily pregnant, in fact.
You don't know your husband has died at this moment you're leaving the house.
I don't know.
So you're just going because you've been called by a stranger.
And my husband's name has been mentioned.
That's why you're going.
Yeah, I didn't even ask any other
Was
thing.
it a policeman? Was it a stranger?
I didn't ask all that. My focus was my husband has been mentioned, and I'm supposed to go to Eldoret Airport. So that was enough for me. But deep down, I was kuna kale kakitu.
Something was telling you something is bad somewhere.
It's haiko tu poa, as in kuna kitu, but I can't figure out. And that time, me hata haiwezi nikujia kwa akili, it's my husband was died or something like that. Okay. So nimeenda from a distance, ninaona gari yake anajaribu kuingia airport yenyewe, but sasa imesimamishwa, and then there is another lorry. Okay. Immediately
that's when you know things are not good.
Yeah, kila kitu tu, my heart sank, as in kila kitu tu. In fact, nilipark gari kando, and then naujue
wait, you were pregnant. How were you? Okay, this pregnancy, were you 6 months, 5 months, 4 months pregnant? You were 8 months pregnant. 8 months pregnant. This time you're going to meet your husband who has died. You're 8 months pregnant.
In fact,
so
I delivered,
supposing here you know what I'm trying to.
I delivered at 8 months. Yeah, because of the shock and everything.
And that's when you delivered your baby.
Exactly on that day, yani hiyo siku. Because venye tu nilipark gari, I think someone noticed me kutoka mbali. Akakuja kucheck. Ndio anafika ananipata, I'm crying. Niko na mauchungu. And then alafu unajua sasa sikuambiwa at that time juu already mimi mwenyewe I'm a mess. So the next person mwenye alipigiwa was my mom, because that was the last person nilimwongelesha.
Okay.
So my mom alipigiwa simu, akaulizwa anatujua si wote wawili, akaambiwa akuje Eldoret.
So your immediate family member who knew your husband has died was your mom?
Yeah.
What about this side, your in-laws?
Hawakuambiwa at that time.
No one told them.
Hakuna mwenye aliwaambia.
You know, I've been going through your blogs, the ones you write on your social media. There is this blog you're saying immediately after your husband died, that's the time you are going to deliver your baby, right? So like you had your labor immediately.
Venye tu niliona
You saw
gari
everything.
yake,
That's when your labor started. And your family, now your husband's family. Okay, in this blog you're like saying they were the ones accusing you. You're the reason as to why your husband
yeah.
got
And
that
that
accident.
that is where my problems. Pali shida zangu tu zilianzia, that is the day. Juu, me I'm thinking, mimi mwenyewe I'm in labor, and then naambiwa my husband ako in an accident. Then hapa kwingine naambiwa mimi ndio niko responsible for the accident. So I really can't understand how that happened. Juu mimi niko job, napigiwa simu, naambiwa nini kuja Eldoret airport. I don't even know what is happening, but ni vile tu ame-mention jina bwanangu. That is hiyo tu ndio ilinitoa kwa ofisi. Nafika hata sijafika the main place pali yako. I just park my car huku kando. My labor starts. I'm taken to hospital. Alafu nakuja kuambiwa I'm responsible for my husband.
So when you were taken to hospital, your husband was also taken to hospital.
Yeah, in fact tulikuwa ward yetu ilikuwa,
And
juu nilifanyiwa, I had to go through a CS.
okay.
And my mom told me before my husband passed, alikuwa bado akifikishwa hosi bado alikuwa sawa.
Alikuwa was fine.
Alikuwa bado ana breathe.
So this time when you're in hospital, you've given birth, did you know your husband had died?
No.
No one told you your husband
No
had
one
died.
told me.
For how
Actually,
long did you
my
know?
labor ilikuja juu ya panic.
Yeah.
My mom told me after my baby was 2 days old.
After 2 days, you've given birth. After 2 days, you're being told your husband has died. How did, as in, okay.
Mimi, everything.
Your emotions at that
kila
time.
Kitu, in fact, everything. Nilikuwa naona mtoto is like naona bwanangu. And then the funniest part ni, the baby I delivered, anafanana na babake. Completely. As in, hajanichukua hata kidogo. Ni babake.
And you said it was a set of twins. Wow, okay.
So twins round ya kwanza, twins round ya pili.
Wow. So okay, now this grieving point, like your mom is telling you your husband died 2 days. Now when you did your in-laws come to see the babies? Did they come like nothing at all?
Actually ni kama tu walikuwa wanangoja bwanangu akufe. Wakuja wachukue kila kitu waende. Juu hata hawakukuja hospitali.
They went straight to your house to take everything. So you're from hospital, you're going, your house is empty.
My mom aliniambia hatuendi kwako, tunaenda kwangu.
And you're like, mbona hatuendi?
Mbona hatuendi kwangu? My mom tells me hatuwezi enda tu huko, but I'll tell you what is happening. So my mom hakuwa anataka kuniongezea stress. The stress ya bwanangu kuaga, and then the stress ya nini, vitu zangu zimechukuliwa kwa nyumba. Yeah.
Okay, so Rosemary, during this blog you are saying that when you are during the burial, you are not allowed to view your husband's body.
Actually, when you alinipeleka ni polisi. I was not allowed. Hata kwenda burial
because you are, they said you're a criminal. You are the one who made your husband get this accident. So after everything, were you left with anything to remember your husband?
Nothing.
Ama they just came, they took your television, they took the money, they took your house,
hata nguo
clothes.
zake. The funniest part, walichukua mpaka nguo zake. And the in-laws ndo wanavaa hizo nguo. I'm like, what's happening?
And so, I suppose your babies are now big.
They're old enough.
How are you able to explain to them that, you know, daddy ako lakini hayuko na sisi? Definitely mtoto atakuuliza daddy ako wapi?
There is this time I have this cheeky daughter. Alikuja akaniuliza, "Mom, mbona si atuoni daddy?" So the first time nilimwambia, he went on a trip. But now that the next time I told them, he's dead and he will not come back again. Hivyo tu, and that is ilishia hapo tu.
So let's just say it's God. All this time it has been God for you. Because, okay. So what do you have to tell widows out here your age? Like something you just have to tell widows out here your age.
Focus on you and your family. That is the only thing I can tell them.
Okay, so I'm hoping this story is going to help you people. And I'm so much privileged that Rosemary was able to be here, and she has shared her experience after her husband died with us. And that's the end of the show. Hi guys, on our last episode we had Rosemary telling us about her journey after her husband died. So today we are again privileged to have her here, and she is going to tell us the challenges she faced, how she overcame that period, how she was able to tell her children that they don't have their dad. Yeah, basically that's what we're going to talk about on this episode. I hope you are all going to enjoy this show. So Rosemary, thank you so much again for accepting our invite. Yeah, so today we just want you to tell us the challenges you faced, how you are able to tell your children that their dad died, and just basically everything that happened during that time.
It is hard. Us being a widow, it's not something that I can't even wish on my worst enemy. It's just something bad, because number one, I'm the only one who's supposed to tell my kids that their dad is no more, and I'm also supposed to cater for everything that my kids want.
Yeah.
And remember now, for my case, my in-laws threw me out
From your house?
Yeah. So now I have to start from a scratch. So the first thing, actually, I really want to thank my parents and my family more so, because they are the ones who came through for me. Unaona kama venye vitu zilichukuliwa kwa nyumba, my family gave me viti, wakanipea vyombo, wakanipea hadi nguo za watoto for a start. My in-laws took literally everything. Hadi nguo za watoto mimi hadi nashindwanga kwani.
Okay, and I have a question, Rosemary. Like, your husband was working. So the bank statements, did they go like straight to the bank after your husband died?
Hawakwenda kwa bank. Sasa everything was written under my name. Actually, I think my husband had already seen this coming through. A week before, aliendanga bank akachange everything. Akachange the ownership ya vitu to my name. I don't know why, but aliendanga tu maybe alikuwa ashajua the in-law side or something. Aliendanga tu akachange everything to my name. Na akakuja kuniambia, by the way, babe, I've changed everything to your name. In case of anything, utakuwa legitimate to my wealth. So mimi niko okay, sawa. So my in-laws hawako wanajua your story. I don't know. Sijui ni nani aliwaambia. But sasa that was after everything. Jadi mimi mwenyewe sikuwa nataka kudisclose that nini. Hiyo story ya mimi mali ya bwanangu kukua written under my name. So vyombo I started from zero. Juu hadi watoto nilibidi niwachukue kwa mama. And remember niko na a newborn set of twins. Postpartum nayo, nini depression nayo, sema kunihit.
Yeah. That's so hard.
Alafu okay, my mom alikuwa na mimi all through. Then there is this time my mother-in-law calls me na kuniambia tumekutafutia bwana.
What?
Tumekutafutia bwana na ndiye atakuwa kureplace bwana yako.
What tribe? Oh, your husband is Luo. Is it so common in Luo land?
I thought nilikuwa nadhani hiyo story ilikuwa ishaisha. Mimi niko wait. Hata sijamaliza kumwona bwanangu mshaniongezea another husband. Hata sijasettle, mshachukua kila kitu. I'm not even settled. Mnaniongezea bwana. What if this one achukuliwa? What if huyu akufe tena? Mtakuja kuchukua what I've also worked for. Si eti hata nilikuwa na chochote at that time. Nilikuwa na speculate. So mimi nikamwambia mimi hizi.
And was this man, was he a brother to your husband? Was he a cousin?
A cousin.
And he was so fine with it?
This
is weird.
Watu wamepitia. I guess watu hata wamepitia worse than mimi. I guess so. I don't know other people's life, but I guess. So mimi nilikataa your story. Nilikataa kabisa hiyo story.
Definitely he wasn't fine with it, you're saying.
Mimi niliwaambia, I told them, even if I'm supposed to get married again, it won't be from that family. Completely. Wakaambia mamangu arudishe mahari wale nilipia.
Mahari ilikuwa ina comprise of what?
Me, I don't remember. Totally sikumbuki. Unaona ile story yenyewe wazazi walienda tu akakaa pamoja, si in our culture sisi time wana discuss story na mahari and everything. Msichana anakwanga kwa bedroom, so you don't know agreement yao ilikuwa nini. Okay. And sikuuliza bwanangu uliitishwa nini na nini kwetu.
Okay, so and about like your husband's property. Umesema bwanako aliandika will under your name. So after your in-laws finding out, how did they go about it?
Kotini direct.
You were taken to court.
Hata sikuambiwa. Unaona ile ni unamka tu asubuhi gari ya polisi hapo unaambiwa you are under arrest. Sijui for what, mali ya wenyewe niko. Mali ya wenyewe nani huyo? And you know God is a living God. Do imagine nimepelekwa kotini, kufika kotini, imagine hata hiyo kesi haiku proceed. Nilifika tu hiyo day 1 yenye nilipelekwa kotini and everything was sorted. Juu nilienda tu nikaulizwa kotini, ulichukua mali yao? Mimi niko hapana, hii mali ilikuwa ya bwanangu. And the will aliandika 1 week to his death. Akaandika on my name. So akaenda kuuliza our family lawyer. Our family lawyer was present to juu venye nilipelekwa, nilimpigia simu akakaa mkotini. Aka-approve that hiyo mali yote was written under my name a week before my husband died. So yao tu ilikuwa nullified, as in there was nothing they could do. Hadi ndio nikaanza kufikiria maybe venye walikuwa nataka niolewe na cousin yao, maybe ilikuwa ndio wapate kuchukua hiyo mali.
And now like so after hizo vitu zote, after you've already been taken to court ikakurelease, they were not happy with it.
They were not happy. Hadi they threatened to kill me. Ikabidi nihame from where I was living.
And after that period, now that you told me you have 2 sets of twins. Do they like oftenly call you to ask about the kids, ama waliacha tu watoto waende now that the dad is no more?
Atuongei, ni kama tulicut ties. Venye tu nilihama, ni kama tulicut ties, ni kama nilihama na everything. You hawajai nipigia simu.
And about you telling your kids that now daddy is no more, how long did it take you? Like when did you decide you want to be open with the children? You just tell them the truth, what happened between you and their dad's family, like what came into you ndio ukaamua now let me just tell my children the truth?
Bado ni wadogo, so they're still young, hata hawataelewa ni nini nitasema juu my first set of twins at 5 years old. So hata if I tell them familia baba yao ilinifanyia hivi na hivi, they won't understand. So ni heri tu bado ninyamazie until when they are up to age ndio nitawaambia everything. But kufika telling them about their dad's death, niliwaambia.
You told your first set of twins?
Okay. Niliwaambia daddy is no longer coming. Adi, I have a cheeky one. Akaniuliza, sasa tunapata wapi? Tutapata lini daddy mwingine? Na I'm like, chill. Mimi hadi sijahili. Although nilikuwa najua deep down I'm not going back. As in, nimefunga your story hivyo. I'll just be a single mom. I'll raise my kids hivyo tu.
Okay.
But
you are a very strong woman. So right now, like you started things over. Okay, now when you're starting things over, I understand that it's this period like things are always very hard. Paying bills, doing things, and how did you overcome that?
Ujue number 1 kuna biashara yenye bwanangu alikuwa na run. I must. Inafaa iendelee hiyo biashara ndio tujisustain. I am also working, so nafaa kwa just kila kitu.
We understand that there is this difficult time like that people normally go through. Like, will you just briefly tell me how you went about it and how you now got yourself where you are right now.
Kwanza, you know, I have a business to run. Siwezi acha biashara ya bwanangu ilale na alikuwa shaanzisha, it was already stable. And then I also have my job. Nafaa ku work there because that is my passion. It's just everything I ever wanted. So alafu najua my husband loved me the more juu I was a journalist na alikuwa nataka tu as in kwa dream yake ilikuwa I want to marry a journalist. So hiyo pia I must relieve his wishes. So ikabidi sasa niliomba kwanza leave kwa job yangu for 2 months. I really appreciate my boss juu hakuniuliza maswali mingi. Hadi hakuniuliza ni nini unaenda kufanya. So unajua for a boss lazima ajue nini unaenda kufanya, but mine hakuniuliza, aliniambia tu it's okay, you just go and reorganize your life then you come back. So kwa hiyo period ya kujireorganize ilibidi niende ni learn biashara ya bwanangu, nijue alikuwa anafanyanga nini, then I assign different people kwa hiyo biashara, alafu ndio mimi nibaki ni concentrate kwa biashara yangu, kwa nini, kwa kazi yangu. So unaona hiyo venye nimefanya hiyo yote kurudi kwa kazi yangu hadi wamenischedule time, wamesongesha. So badala ya mimi kurun show yangu asubuhi ilisongeshwa to 5 jioni. So unaona by 5 jioni nishajipanga completely. And then my mom alikuja kuishi na mimi, so everything, yani kila kitu tu ikakuwa smooth.
God is a very living God.
I know. For one, if it was not for God, mimi ningekufa na depression. Mimi depression yenye ilini hit kai we, unajua ile nilikuwa ninaonanga mtoto, ninaona sura ya bwanangu, naona mtoto as in naona hiyo nyumba yenye niko na nina picture bwanangu akiwa hapo ndani, and then nilikuwa nakuwa na weird dreams. So yani everything tu, unajua hadi sikuwa nanyonyesha watoto, sikuwa nawanyonyesha.
Wow, I'm just left speechless. So guys, I hope that the story you've heard of Rosemary, this should change a lot of lives out here. It isn't easy for someone to just readjust from losing your husband. You're pregnant. The day you're giving birth is when your husband is dying. After that, your in-laws are turning against you. Everything is just backsliding. So I hope that you are going to learn a lot from Rosemary's story.
One thing I can tell the women out here, it's not as in usijiforce, kama ufeel don't force yourself. Like sasa kama unaona utalemewa kulea watoto wako, usiforce kuolewa tena. If you are comfortable raising your kids peke yako, raise them, because obviously they'll ask you where is our dad and you will have something to tell them. Utawambia your dad passed on, but sasa these are the reasons why I never got married again. Juu unaweza olewa watoto wako wakuja wateswe. And you know, a stepdad will always concentrate on watoto wenye umemzalia, si wenye huyu mwingine nini. So you definitely have to focus on your kids, and then you know a mother should sacrifice for their babies. You will have to be strong for them. Hata kama they are going through what, you will have to stand for them. It's not easy. Unajua saa zingine my children wanatoka shule wanakuja kuniambia, mami walisema tukuje na kina daddy kesho, and nabaki tu like sasa watoto wangu watenda na nani. And you know I have a brother. My brother chips in anaenda as their dad. Juu anamuita hadi daddy. Wanaita my brother daddy. But it's okay. I'm okay with that. I'm much okay with that. Then my children coming to call a stranger daddy. Mwenye atawatesa. So ni better, it's better waite uncle yao to daddy. Alafu unaona from my in-law side, I think walienda wakapart ways and something like that. Kuna tu ni kama kuna pali ya waku agree uko mbele. So kuna wengine walianza kukuja on my side. So wanaanza kuniambia ni watafutie kazi, ni wafanyie hii.
What goes around comes back around.
Wakikosa pesa they call me, ni watumanishe pesa. And I'm like, when I was going through shit, mulikuwa kutupia matope yote. And now that I've settled, nimerudi back to being me, mnakuja kunitafuta. No, it's not fair. It's not fair at all. Yeah.
So that was our show. Yeah, and I hope you guys are going to learn a lot.